Hello friends, I am your maths faculty from QLS Academy. In this session, we are going to start with a new chapter called Algebraic Expressions. I hope you'll have fun learning, so let's start with it. So, we have already come across simple algebraic expressions like x plus 6, z minus 9, 2x plus 5, 3y plus 6 and so on. In class 6, we have seen how these expressions are useful in making problems and puzzles. In this chapter, we are devoted to algebraic expressions. When you have studied this chapter, you will know how algebraic expressions are formed, how they can be combined, how it can be used, and how we can find their values. Now, before delaying any further, let's find out how are expressions made. So, there are two components of algebraic expressions. They are variables and constants. We combine variable and constants to make algebraic expressions. We use letters like x, y, z, a, b, etc. to denote variables. Now, let's understand what is a variable. A variable can take various values. Its value is not fixed. Now, on the other hand, a constant has a fixed value. Examples of constants are 5, 15, 34, minus 7, minus 18, etc. To combine the two components, we use the operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. We have already come across expressions like 7x plus 4 or 3z minus 6. These expressions are formed using the variables, constants and operations. The expression 7x plus 4 is obtained by multiplying the variable x by the constant 7 and then adding the constant 4 by the product 7x. Similarly, 3z minus 6 is obtained first by multiplying z by 3 and then subtracting 6 from the product, that is 3z. The expression x square is obtained by multiplying the variable x by itself. X into x is equals to x raised to the power 2. Just as 4 into 4 is written as 4 squared, we write x into x as x squared. It is commonly read as x squared or x raised to the power 2. Now, consider the expression 2x square plus 5y. Here, we first formed 2x square separately as a product of 2x and x. We then formed 5y separately as a product of 5 and y. Having formed 2x square and 5y separately, we added them to get the expression. Such parts of an expression which are formed separately and then added are known as terms. I repeat, such parts of an expression which are formed separately and then added are known as terms. Look at the expression 5x square minus 3xz. We say that it has two terms, 5x square and minus 3xz. The terms 5x square is a product of 5x and x. Similarly, the term minus 3xz is a product of minus 3x and z. So, the terms are added to form algebraic expressions. So, here's an expression which is 5xy plus 10. So, it has two terms which are 5xy and 10. 5xy, which is one of the term, has three factors which is 5, x and y. And the second term, that is 10, it doesn't have any factors because it's a constant. Now, the next topic for today is coefficients. First, let's discuss what is a coefficient. A coefficient is a numerical or constant quantity placed before and multiplying the variable in an algebraic expression. I repeat, a coefficient is a numerical or a constant quantity placed before and multiplying the variable in an algebraic expression. For example, in expression 4x square, 4 is a coefficient of x square. In the term 10xyz, 10 is a coefficient of xyz. Now let's see a different case. In the term minus 5x square y square, minus 5 is the coefficient of x square y square. Yes, minus sign is included. When the coefficient of a term is plus 1, it is usually omitted. Now let's practice all the topics we've learned today. The first question is, Identify in the following expression the terms which are not constants, that means they are asking for the variables in the expressions, and give the numerical coefficients. So in this question, they are asking for the variables and their coefficients. So the expressions we've got over here are xy plus 4 and 13 minus y square and 13 minus y plus 5y square and 4p square q minus 3pq square plus 5. So for this solution, first we'll make 3 columns, namely first will be for expression, second will be for the term which is not a constant, and third will be for numerical coefficients. So our first expression is xy plus 4. So the term which is not a coefficient, that means the term which is a variable, is xy, and the numerical coefficient of xy is 1. The second expression we've got over here is 13 minus y square. The term which is not a constant is minus y square, and the numerical coefficient over here of minus y square is minus 1. The third expression we've got is 13 minus y plus y square. So in this expression we've got two variables, that is two terms which are not constants, which are minus y and 5y square. Numerical coefficients of minus y is minus 1 and for 5y square is 5. Now the last expression for this question is 4p square q minus 3pq square plus 5. Here also we've got two terms which are not constants. They are 4p square q and 3pq square. The coefficients of 4p square q is 4 and for minus 3pq square is minus 3. Now let's move on to the second question. What are the coefficients of x in the following expressions? So in this expression we just have to find the coefficient of x. The expressions are 4x minus 3y, 8 minus x plus y, y square x minus y and 2z minus 5z. Now like the previous question, we'll make 3 columns in this too. First column will be for expressions, second column will be for term with factor x, third column will be coefficient of x. The first expression we've got here is 4x minus 3y. In this expression, the term with factor x is 4x and the coefficient of x is 4. Now the second expression is 8 minus x plus y. The term with factor x is minus x and the coefficient of x in this expression is minus 1. Now the third expression is y square x minus y. The term with factor x in this expression is y square x and the coefficient of x is y square. Now the fourth expression we've got over here is 2z minus 5xz. In this expression, the term with factor x is minus 5xz and the coefficient of x is minus 5z. I hope you're getting clear with all the concepts. Let's do one last question so that we are super clear and thorough with these topics. I'm putting emphasis because these are the basics of this chapter and it should be strong. So let's do it. So the last question is, what are the coefficient of y in the following expressions? Now in this question, we just have to find the coefficient of y. So the expressions are 4x minus 3y, 8 plus yz, yz square plus 5 and my plus m. Now like the previous question, we'll make 3 columns in this question too, namely expressions, term with factor y and coefficient of y. The first expression over here is 4x minus 3y. The term with factor y in this expression is minus 3y and the coefficient of y is minus 3. Now let's move on to the next expression, which is 8 plus yz. In this expression, the term with factor y is yz and the coefficient of y over here is z. Third expression is yz square plus 5. The term with factor y in this expression is yz square. Coefficient of y is z square. So the last expression is my plus m. The term with factor y in this expression is my and the coefficient of y is m. So today we studied about variables, constants, terms, factors and coefficients. I hope you understood today's topic. Keep practicing the questions related to these topics as practice makes a man perfect. And for any queries, do contact us. The link is given below.